The Fuji X-T4 has been announced almost 2 years ago, and you may be wondering, is it something that it's worth getting today in 2022? Let's find out. Short answer, yes, but it's not that easy. What works for me might not work for you. So, since you clicked on this video, let me help you find out. Now, if you ask me, is the X-T4 a good camera in 2022? Yes, it absolutely is. You get 420 10-bit internal, f-log, which is a dream to grade, 4K 60, 14 stops of dynamic range, and if you don't want to deal with f-log, you get all the beautiful film simulations like Eterna bleach bypass, you name it. You also get an all-intra 400 megabits per second, flip screen, IBIS, all in a sexy body. Then you get focus peaking, focus assist, technical LUTs when you're shooting in log, zebras. I recently compared it to the newest hype camera, the Sony a7 IV, video up here. I know the XH2 is coming, but listen, you see, a couple of weeks ago, Fuji hinted the release of a new flagship camera. So what's the deal? It's a hint, a rumor of an announcement in May. The X-T4 was announced in February and released in October. That's almost half a year, in a year with no chip shortage, or at least very little. Now my take on it, if you need a camera today, then look for something that's available today. I don't know about you, but I can't shoot videos with announcement and rumors. I need a camera. Yes, I know the rumored 8K, backside illuminated, stacked 40 megapixel sensors. 8K sounds great, but do you actually have the gear to edit 8K? I mean, I have a recent spec'd out MacBook Pro, but sometimes with complex timelines, I struggle with 4K editing. So by the time the XH2 will actually be on the shelves, probably there will be a million other cameras announced, released. It's an endless cycle. What are you actually upgrading from? Do you have an X-T3, an XS10 or an XH1? In that case, probably I would just keep those. If you need to upgrade from the X-T3 or the XS10, you shouldn't. While the X-T4 is the best of the three, it's not a huge leap forward. The video you get out of the X-T3 is almost identical. In fact, I myself was hesitating a lot before upgrading to the X-T4, but in the end, I got a good deal reselling my X-T3 and was able to invest in the X-T4. So for me, it was a good upgrade. Again, almost a year and a half ago. If I had the X-T3 today, I wouldn't upgrade, I would wait. Because ultimately, the X-T3 is still a good camera. If you have the XS10, you have flip screen and IBIS, but you don't have 4K 60 and 10-bit. Equally, if you have the XS10 and there is no immediate need to upgrade to 10-bit internal, I would probably keep the XS10 as well and wait until the announcement in May. In terms of competition, I actually looked around, but there is not too much competition currently on the market. I mean, what do you really have? The EOS R, okay, where you get 4K 30, no 4K 60, and no 10-bit internally. Really? Then you have the GH5 Mark II, a second addition to a legendary camera. Yes, that's great, but I don't really like Micro Four Third lenses, and I mean, it has a terrible autofocus. And probably you can still find the A7C, but as far as I know, those have been discontinued in December. My 2 cents, the X-T4 is a valid camera, and if you need a camera today, that's something that I could absolutely recommend. Now again, I'm not associated with Fuji, I just happen to shoot Fuji because that's the system that I fell in love with. So here are my 2 cents. The X-T4 is still a killer camera in 2022. I am eager to see the announcement myself for the new X-T5 or XH2, whatever it's going to be called. You bet I'll be keeping an eye out on the announcement, so if there is any change, I'll make sure to let you know. Until then, keep creating. See you in the next one.